Liam Plunkett struck his second 50 of the match to help earn LV County Championship table toppers Yorkshire a draw in their latest game with Surrey at Headingley Carnegie. The final morning began with the home side on 52 for 1 for a lead of 132 after Vikram Solanki had turned down the opportunity of a fifth batting bonus point by trying to open up this game with a declaration on the previous day. With Stephen Patterson nursing a bad toe and Ryan Sidebottom suffering with a bad back, and Kevin Peterson in the Surrey side, Andrew Gale decided not to set a target. Instead, it was about batting Yorkshire to safety, and that was put into doubt a little when Adam Lyth was a little unfortunate to drag a slog sweep back onto his stumps. Then Gary Keady also removed Gale for a duck as his sweep was well timed, but also very well caught by Aaron Haranath. After a hat-trick of hundreds, the Yorkshire captain was out for naught this time, as was Jack Leaning, whose first-class innings lasted only 2 balls. The on-fire Keady had him caught at slip by Xander de Brain. Thanks to Keady, who now had 4 wickets, we had a game on with Yorkshire on 86 for 4 with a lead of 166. Actually, add 6 more to that from Adil Rashid. Joe Sayers also tried to stay positive, but in doing so, he top-edged to pull off Chris Tremlett, which flew into the hands of Keady. He was out for 24 at 114 for 5, the lead now standing at 194, but with 2.5 sessions still left. Rashid has scored a hatful of runs at number 6 this season, but mostly in setting up big totals for his side. He now needed to ensure that he stayed in while making enough runs in the process to keep Surrey out of this game. Following Peterson's confirmation of his genius on the previous day, who knew about how many runs Yorkshire now needed to consider themselves safe? When Keady tossed one up just after lunch to bowl Rashid for 45, the ball spinning back onto his stumps off the bat to give the Wakefield spinner his first 5-wicket haul for Surrey, Yorkshire were 240 runs in front with 63 overs to go. Plunkett and Andrew Hod then used up 11 of those overs in adding a further 22 before Hod was bang in front to Tim Linley, his roar of celebration probably heard across the Pennines. But Plunkett, who made 51 in the first innings, his first half-century for the county, then made absolutely certain that Surrey were not going to have a sniff. His confidence had been on the wane at the end of his time at Durham, but no longer. A talented all-rounder, he's just started to show his real worth to his new employers who will still include coach Jason Gillespie, who announced that he has no plans at all to join the Australians now that his big pal and former Yorkshire player Darren Lehman is their new coach. In spite of his sore back, Sidebottom stuck it out for half an hour with Plunkett before he nicked Keady to de Brain, leaving it to the hobbling Patterson to be there when Plunkett secured his second 50 of this match. The former England man had used up 105 balls to get to his mark, this being his 6th boundary. Of course, Surrey may not have won this game anyway, but they were completely closed out of it by this innings. Patterson battled hard for more than an hour before giving Linley a return catch, while Plunkett's innings was finally over after 2.5 hours when he was stumped off Keady, who finished with his best figures for 3 years of 7 for 99. Yorkshire were all out for 254 and Surrey had to bat for 2 overs before the game was ended as a draw. Yorkshire took 8 points and will hope to go into the break for the T20 still on top of the table, although that relies on the outcome of Sussex's game at Trent Bridge. Surrey claimed 9 points and are still winless. They are still some way away from safety.